What's up, guys? Welcome back to Project Time Garage. So this time I got a couple of things going on. One, I'm going to give you a ooh, that sounds terrible. One, we're going to do a door lock actuator on a 99 Ford F250 7.3 PowerStroke. I'll show you the truck in a minute. Second thing we're going to do today is I'm going to give you just a quick status update on all the various projects that are going on this channel. I'll give you a sneak peek of another upcoming project, or maybe two, or maybe 3 or 4 or 5 while we're at it. So anyway, let's get to that. All right, project updates. This is Project Freedom. You guys might remember that. I could put that up on the screen there for that video series if you'd like to see it. We put a roof rack on it. I put those side pod lights on that thing, and I've gone ahead and mounted a light bar on the front, and I've mounted a light bar on the rear. So in a very shortly, in an upcoming episode, we're going to use this piece of Amazon goodness. I'll link that down there in the description too. Basically, it's just a switch panel that has a smart brain thing that mounts out under the hood and gives you easy, clicky, tactile push buttons with some super cool backgrounds of your choice. We'll do that to control those lights up front, and also the lights that are on the front bumper of the truck. Also, I'm going to stick a inverter in the truck, and my idea is to use this switch panel to turn this inverter on and off via this Cole-Hersey relay. See how that works. Also have a 100 amp circuit breaker to go in line too. So that's upcoming. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stick these mirrors on Project Freedom, because they're heated with turn and they're power. The ones that I have now are heated with power, or they're heated with, no, they're just power. They're nothing, they're just power. So this is an upgrade. Also have this factory OEM part for the third brake light. We're going to replace the one that's in it now, which I do not like. Upcoming project, a refrigerator. It is a Crosley, and I believe it is called a Shelvador. Yeah, Crosley Shelvador. It's in pretty decent shape. I was told it worked. Of course, we're always told it worked. It's all there. It's got some repair done to it and such. But, you know, we'll see if we can make that thing come back to life. And we're going to sand it, paint it. I'm going to paint it with automotive paint. I'm going to paint it with a base clear, in fact. Don't know what color I'm going to paint it yet. Love to know what your guys' thoughts are for an antique refrigerator like this. What color should it be? You know, should it be like a mint green, because that's kind of what I'm thinking, or should it be some crazy color? Budget Fix Garage says paint it International Harvester red, but I'll show you here in a second about the International Harvester. This is my International Harvester refrigerator. This would be a mid-50s model. As you can see there, I went through several years ago and painted and restored this thing. It's doing a great job keeping the drinks cold. Only thing that is missing is that handle. It comes up like this and says International Harvester on it, along with the International Harvester logo here, and the full force diesel bottle opener, just because. I've searched high and low for that particular handle, never found one. Good luck to me. Ongoing project, the Honda Spree. Yes, the Honda Spree. If you'll recall, in the last video, my daughter Addison and I were working on this thing, and we didn't have any spark, and we needed a pulse coil. Well, I bought a pulse coil. I bought a pulse coil and an engine, and another engine, and another engine, and another engine, and another bike, and another bike, and a parts bike, and another bike, and another bike. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to stop talking about that right here. I'm just going to cut in the video where I'll show you what happens when you go and look at Facebook Marketplace stuff. So I went to get a couple of parts from a local guy who had some used stuff for a good price. And I get there to get the parts, and this happened. I bought some parts, like a lot of parts. Am I right? Seats, fairings, who knows what all. Ended up with wheels and side panels and a couple of 87 luggage racks and engines, tires, cables. Ended up with the white spree. It's missing the side panel for that side, that's why there's a black one on there now. But I also ended up with two 87s. So those would be the 1 year only bikes. I'm not a spree expert, I'm literally learning as I go. The first spree I've ever owned was the one that we worked on in the previous video. But, you know, and buying parts for them, the parts are kind of expensive. And for what I ended up giving for this, I think I'll more than come out, make my money, and probably have a little spree for my daughter to ride and have a lot of fun on. Anyway, just thought I would show you what happens when you aren't paying attention. So let's get back on. So we're going to take all that junk. We're going to make this thing good again. In the middle of that now, so you'll see that project get back on track here in probably just a week or so. Ongoing project, the Toyota Solara. If you'll remember, this thing had three major issues with it. It wouldn't start because of the starter, and it had a serious miss on number 3. We fixed that. Only thing that it was lacking was a start and then quit situation going on. I think I've about got that worked out. As you see, I've got the glove box out and all of the yummy wiring exposed as I work through that project. So hopefully I'll have that wrapped up here in the next few days. So look for that video forthcoming. Ongoing project, the Starion. I said there wasn't a whole lot to do with the Starion, but I did find a couple of OEM radios, one off eBay and one off of a Facebook group. As you see, I have it destroyed on the table here. I'm actually taking 2 radios and making one. That video is in the midst of being wrapped up and edited. Hopefully I'll have this thing done in the next few days. So look for that video coming too. Cool Starion video. Okay, so there you go. That's a quick update on the channel. This is where all the projects stand. The upcoming project, and I said a bunch of projects. That's all these sprees that you just saw. One by one, I'll probably go through those and try to make something fun happen with them, you know, try to get rid of them. So anyway, that's that. Now, on to the project at hand, which is this truck behind me. This is a 99 Ford F250, early 99, with 03 badging. 7.3 PowerStroke truck. This belongs to a buddy of mine, also has Budget Fix Garage. You might see some of it on that channel, I don't know. But today, we're going to work on the door locks, because when you do this, they do this. See? So we're going to put a door lock actuator in it. And we might actually tighten the spring assist that brings the window up while we're at it, because I think the last guy that put it together maybe didn't wind that spring tight enough. That was me. So let's get to this project. All right, so on Ford door panels of this vintage, pull this light out, or this reflector, depending on what you have. In this case, we don't have anything. There's a 7mm hex there. Pop this thing up, 7mm behind there. I'm going to go ahead and unplug all this junk. We'll plug it back up in a bit.
Let me see if I can get the...
And we lift. Oh, wait. Pull this off. Then we lift. The part we're after is right through that hole back there. And to get to it, we got to take this off. Then we have to take the outside handle out. So let's get to that process. All right, first thing we're going to get out of our way is this little piece of wonderfulness here. And to get that out, and I hope I can show you this, way down here in this door, there is a clip. It is the clip. You probably aren't going to be able to see it. Anyway, rod's got a clip on it. So once I get that popped loose, I'm just going to let it kind of dangle here for a minute. And the next order of business is we're going to get the door handle out of it. And in order to do that, you're going to have a bolt right back there, or nut actually, right back there. You're going to have a nut right here behind this thing. So we're going to get those out. I told you it was 10, it's an 11. So. Make sure you drop it on the door so you can get your magnet and go retrieve it later. There's one back here, but I'm probably not going to be able to get to it without all kinds of interesting stuff. I cannot. So I'm going to grab a 11 wrench and go after it. I'm just going to reach back here and grab it. All right. Once that's loose, come around to the other side here. Gingerly grab this dude. We got a couple of things to get loose. So what I'm after right here is this guy right here. He pops open from the bottom. If I can get it from this angle, pops open. Okay. That guy pops out. Then we've got this guy here. Like that. There. Next thing we're going to take off is this, this, and this. That should help us, or that should let us kill this mosquito. That should let us get the actual door latch itself out. The door lock actuator is attached to the back of the door latch. Ta-da! We're going to push this guy through too and grab a hold of it. Actually, this has got to come. This is where your cable, the actuator cable, here and here. So we push these guys through here. And that should free us up a little bit of slack to work with. This one thing here hangs on every single thing that comes through. Oh look, I'm not the first person that's been here before. So this is your door lock actuator. And I'll go ahead and unplug this one here should be for your dome light or door ajar mess. This out. Let's see, what is that? That's actually just a Christmas tree right there. We pop up here and the whole mess slides. Ooh, this thing is just cracking like crazy. I think it's already broke now. There it comes. So there, this thing's brittle as can be. Well, let's say that's not good. New door lock actuator. We go back in like so, and then we line this up in its little home, like that. Next order of business would be to get this back on here, and this back in here. I think we need to do something about zip tying those back, don't we? Let's see, this one goes here. All right, let's see if we can get something going on to keep this thing in here. So, well, now that we've got that stuck back together, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull the window regulator out of this thing and the window motor, rewind that spring, or put some more tension on that spring. The reason I'm having to do that is because the window goes down nice and fast, but when it starts to go up, it struggles. So there's a spring in there that's counterwound, and it helps to kind of assist that window when it goes up. And when we put the window regulator in it the other day, not on film, we didn't get it back in there tightened up. So we're going to do that. We're coming with this bolt, loosen it, this bolt, loosen it. We're going to loosen this one. We're going to loosen this one. We're going to loosen this one. This one. We're going to take out this one, which is an 11. This will be your window track. Ooh, that was loose. That wasn't my department last time. Yeah, this one. Yeah, they didn't tighten any of them back up.
Because I leave.
And we're going to take out this one, which is the bottom of this window track. This just helps us separate the window track. And actually, we can probably just do this right here and just kind of adjust it all the way to the back. See if that works. If it doesn't, we'll deal with it. As far as the weather stripping, it just pops up, lays in your floorboard. So this guy here, I'm going to take all this mess and just lay it back in here and hope it doesn't get in my way too bad. There's that guy. And I believe we have to have the window down to do this. I'm totally mistaken. Let's see which way it's going to stop. That guy, just going to lay him down there. I'm going to go ahead and roll this window down some. There we go. So here, this bolt here, this nut here, and there's one up front. You can loosen those and you can slide the whole track off the window. I believe those are 10s. Should be able to just loosen those. I'm going to loosen them quite a bit, make them that much easier to put back in. Then I'm going to see if I can actually now see this one here, it's too low down in the door, so I'm going to actually lift the window up just a little bit just so I can get it to the point where I can get to it here. About like that. Should be able to get to it now. Loosen it. Alright. Now, we should be able to run all this mess forward. Like so. I could help you, but I would have to. We should be able to do that right there and just pull it out outside the truck like so. All right, where will this get broke? I'll go. All right, we should be able to at this point feed this regulator through here and try and work it out the door. just enough safety stuff in there to make it hard to work on. Unplug's down here. There. Let's go to the workbench. All right. Okay, I'm going to pull this window motor off of here. So I will tell you this, when you're going to pull this off, be careful, because these things can be under quite a bit of pressure. And if you get too rambunctious, you might lose a finger. I believe when I put this thing on last time, I put it on at a point where it didn't have any tension at all on it. There it is right there. All right, we've rewound the spring. We've rewound the spring, and now we're going to put the regulator back in. Back in with the regulator. It's pretty hard to say we rewound the spring. Rewound the spring. Line up our bolts. Find our bolts and line them up. How about I plug the motor up? Let me try that again. All right. Window time. So I guess while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and put this guy back in here too.
Probably
Because I
easier.
got tons of room to do it. I got to get around like this over to it somehow or another. And I got to keep that rod right there up. Before I tighten those up, I'm going to go ahead and put the outside door latch in. So back in with the door handle we go. We've got a couple of things that we have to get in here. Can the camera see this? Oh, there we go. Is it actually showing up on me? So we've got this guy here that hooks up. Then we've got this guy here that hooks up. Pulling on the door handle when you're seating this thing helps out a ton. It lengthens that rod just enough where you can actually plug it up. All right. This guy here. Tighten these guys back up. All right, ready to put the window back in it. All right, going back in with the window. You really want to do this from the outside because that's how it's supposed to be done. You got to go in at an angle. Until you get it way down there. Then you can put it back in its track. So, there we go. There's that one. Now, we're in both tracks. Now, it should just be a matter of lowering the window. I think I'm just going to use this light. No, you've been good. I'm on the first camera. Alright, so there's that. That is a, I think it's a 10. 10? Touch. Alright, so there's that. Now the only thing we have to do is get our cross piece put in. So this guy slides up on this, and I'm going to slide it down just a touch. If there's any doubt, this is a filthy job. Window motor grease is some of the worst grease. There we go.
Move everything with one.
Yeah, it works good. Okay. So that should be still expresses down. Ain't too bad going up. All right, you got door locks, your window works. Let's go back together with everything else that's got to be back together with. There's that. Let's put the door panel back on it and call this beast a beast. Start with a paper barrier / water barrier / big old plastic spongy things. They're made so that all of these stick down inside the door catch points like that. But the fact that this wire right here is hanging doesn't help us much. All right. Next thing. On the back of the door, there are all of these things that have to slide down, and they all have to be lined up at about the same time. So if you have 3 hands and four knees, it really helps a lot. So I'll demonstrate. My wires through, put my lock through, lift up, start pushing in. All you got to do is push in everywhere. That's all you got to do. All right, everywhere we're pushed in and down. That got every bit of it. All right, got our bolts back in there. Door locks. Windows. Done. Ding, ding, ding. Thank you. Triangle piece and outside trim.
It's gonna slide
Forward underneath that.
Yep. Now.
There. Now it's a job. All right, guys, that's it. So we've got our windows rolling up and down, or well, our window rolling up and down like it's supposed to. It's got a little bit of a click to it, but it is what it is. It needs a window regulator probably. And we've got our door lock actuator installed. So this truck is good to go. Listen, I really appreciate you guys watching this, this stuff that I put out. You know, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you have anything that you want to see or any comments on this or anything like that. I'd really appreciate it. Also, my buddy Greg over at Budget Fix Garage wants you guys to come up with a name for this truck. My truck's called Freedom, so this truck needs a name, right? So down in the comments, as Vice Grip Garage would say, bleep bloop them down there. Let us know what you think. We're all ears. Anyway, appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your buddies. See you next time.